Right, it's Friday. I've just got home from work, and so that means fun on the Bonneville is about to begin. I can't wait. I really am quite excited about this. Since the last video, Jamie's been maxing out his cards and buying a load more stuff that he wants on the bike. So we've got an absolute treasure trove of Bonneville beauty stuff here, which I'll give you a little look at what we've got going on so far.
So some of this was here the other on the last video, but we've got some extra bits. But yeah, you can see we got black levers, ignition relocation, headlight brackets, rectifier relocation, front indicators, relocation brackets, front indicators, K&M filter, exhaust wrap, built well trackers, thruster grips, shocks, possibly the tail tidy. We'll offer that up and have a look, see how it's looking. Bar end mirrors, predators, small bottom mounted headlight. So yeah, loads of goodies to be going on with. And well, there's Mrs. Cactus.
There's the beautiful bike.
And so there's the bike. So take a look at it. That's the last it's going to look like that. And yeah, well, I'm gonna bring it in. Basically, I'm going to start by stripping everything off it, really. So it's just going to make working on the bike a lot easier, and most of it's coming off anyway. So definitely we'll get the tank out of the way because we don't want any damage going on the fresh paint work. But let's see, from the front to the rear, mudguard's coming off. That's disappearing. So we'll have a shorter mudguard on. Gaiters are going on. Different headlight. Brackets, so that can all come off there. Exhaust system can come off because that's going to get wrapped on the downpipes and then predators on the back. All the seat's going to get reshaped, we think, at the moment. It's going to get a cactus treatment. Obviously all the rear mudguard and everything's coming off. Centre stand's coming off. Bars are coming off. So yeah, pretty much we're going to just be left with the swing arm frame and engine. And everything else can come off, ready to have all the new bits put on. So better get it in the shed.
What you'll have to do, right, is get that wibbly line sort of effect, and then bring, the new one will appear.
Yeah, that'd make for a really short video, wouldn't it? Right, so we're a couple of hours down, and everything's coming off nice. No problems. Nothing too corroded on or anything like that. So the bike is now looking pretty, well, a little bit more stripped down. Let's try and get you in. So, yeah, you can see here, it's going to have some more fun. Deja vu again. Got to try and reroute all this so we can have the little mini headlight on. Now, let me just turn the camera around. Get a bit of a better angle there. Yeah, so that's going to be fun and games, I'm sure. Going to take the front wheel off. I'll try and get these tyres on. I won't do that. I'm going to take it somewhere to get the tyres put on because that's fresh paint on there. And we need to drop the forks down anyway to get the yokes on and get rid of the headlight ears. Handlebars and all that kind of stuff's coming off. This is I think, chatting with Jamie, he was wanting the old dog bone on the top here. Jamie, chip in if you're watching this. This is I'm assuming what we were referring to as being silver that you'd like black. I've actually got to say though, I'm just trying this out here. I've taken most of the caps off, but the caps here where all the chrome, plasticky chrome cover is coming off. If I take those down with a bit of auto sol, they'll go down to just shiny black. It's pretty much what I did with mine. And I'm actually thinking with the black bars and all the other black, keeping that silver and then just picking out the Triumph in black, I really do think that would look really nice, and I think it's going to tie in with the silver you've got in the tank. And there's going to be a lot of black on the front. Just thinking as I'm going along and taking bits off. What else? Yeah, exhausts are all off now. Still got the stock shocks on. They'll come off in a minute. It's amazing how much how much weight is in all the original stuff, especially on the T100 where it's all metal mud guards, and I forgot how much the stock exhausts weigh. But yeah, so we are slowly getting there. I'll keep going until I think pretty much I'm just down to engine in the frame, I think, mainly because then I can swing it round and get our bikes back in here as well, because obviously I need to be able to tidy up a little bit, but yeah, it's great fun. And just taking that off, I think we'll give the old front brake caliper a bit of a strip down and a clean up as well while we're at it. It's a little bit manky, not the worst I've seen, but not the nicest. But while it's all out and about, I think we'll do that as well. So I'll add that to the to-do list. Do you like the exhaust, Spook? What exhausts do you like? Do you like the Predators? Yeah? They okay? Do you think they're going to look good on there? Alright. You just watch all that stuff, okay? Removing the horn, but a little bit of meltage there. That looks pretty gnarly, so I think we might have to do a bit of re-crimping on that little bad boy. Is that going to pick up? There you go. God knows what's caused that, but yeah. We'll get that one sorted out as well. So there she is, the blank canvas. Ready to start changing things. I think I'm pretty much ready to call it a night now. It's been a good few hours out here in the shed. A lot of it just cleaning all the parts that don't normally get seen. Or I haven't been got to. I've still got to do a bit more cleaning underneath here, but that's all, you know, just caked in years and years of dirt and grime. Clean up the swing arm. Main bit has been cleaning up the fork stanchions. There's quite a bit of rust from inside the clamps. Still got to get some water solid there and clean all that out. And, but yeah, just trying to. There's no pitting on there. Luckily, it was all just surface. But as they're going to be completely on display now, and we're putting the gaiters on, and you'll see them. We want to have them nice and looking good. Cleaning up the lowers as well. But yeah, got a pile of stuff that ain't going back on there, and yeah, I'm ready to start. Well, give this another clean over now and just get in there with the WD-40 and clean all the frame and the nooks and crannies up. It just makes my life a little bit easier if I've got a clean bike to be working with. And yeah, we're good to start putting some stuff on, but that's going to be Saturday. That's going to be tomorrow. Okay, Saturday morning, and we're already rocking and rolling. Just put the rear shocks on. Just got to put the bolts in, obviously. And also a quick trip up to Halfords. Talking to Jamie last night, the dog bone and the risers are going to go black. So nipped up to Halfords, got some etch primer, some hammerite. Oh yeah, a little something else that's going to be interesting to try out. And yeah, so I'm going to clean this up and get the first few coats on, because it is real sunny and hot out there. So perfect spraying weather. Yep, and this arrived in the post this morning as well. Jamie's gone for the Tech sprocket cover, so that will go on as well. Yeah, here we've got Halford satin lacquer, and I bought one in satin and one in matte. And it's literally for taking a gloss paintwork down to a matte or satin paintwork. You can't really see that in the light, but it's supposed to be what it does. And the reason I've got this is just after Jen saw the satin panels that Jamie got on here, she said, you've really got to sort out something with yours if you're running that satin tank. They're too glossy. So I was just going to respray them when I got a moment, but I thought, you know what, whilst I've got all the paints out, I'm going to give them a wipe down, clean them off, and I'm just going to give them a few coats of this, and just, it's for shits and giggles. It's £7 a tin. A little bit expensive perhaps, but if it works, you know, that might be alright. So yeah, there we go. This is more of a product test, I suppose, as well. So a little bit of bonus in today's footage. But yeah, so I'm going to get all these bits degreased and start spraying up, and then we can get stuck into some real fun stuff on here. Okay, so I've taken all the parts off and cleaned it up with some brake cleaner just to degrease it, and time for the first coat of etch primer. And there we go, first coat of etch primer.
let that dry off, and then ready to go black.
Right, my side panels then, cleaned and prepped, ready for, and I'm going to go in with the matte over the satin, I think. Or shall I do satin first, see how that turns out, and then matte it down if needs be. It's quite a matte finish on the tank. I'm going to go with matte. Okay, so that's the first 2 coats, and actually after 2 coats that has gone quite sort of, I'm glad I went with the matte. I might try it a satin a bit later, but that's very nice. It's not like a blackboard finish. It does look an awful lot like the tank, so I think I'll probably try and lay up about 5 or 6 coats on there, and yeah, so far so good. Okay, so the dog bone, the old clamps have turned out really nice. That's touch dry now, but I'm not going to maul those around today. I'm going to let those go off properly. Yeah, but looking good. And if we step over here, I'm really happy with the way that the satin's worked out. Look at that. In fact, to touch it, but I think that's a pretty close match for what's on the tank. This is the bit where I trip over now and scratch it. God, look at that. Spot on. God, I'm really happy with that. Do you know what, Jay? Well done, mate. If you hadn't insisted on having the clamp go black, I wouldn't have gone up to Halford's. I wouldn't have seen that, and I wouldn't have bought it. But that sorted that little niggle out for me as well. Fantastic. There we go. Little impromptu visit from our friend Greg. You'll be on the video tonight. See ya. Just a quick one. My mate Greg, check out his channel. He's just called in to say hello. Right, back to the Bonneville. Okay, sprocket cover is on. Not done up yet though, because I still need to, when the exhaust goes on, bolt that in, which means I can re-bolt back in this footrest and do up that bolt, which this fouls at the moment. So no point in buttoning all that up yet. We've got the rectifier relocator there. Fix the crimp for the horn, although that'll be covered up with the rectifier when that goes on, and bracketry for the headlight and indicators, and gated up forks. Obviously need to put the Jubilee clips on the top, but yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so that's that all in, and K&M filter in the airbox now. Even stuck a little sticker on there. Right, I think next let's quite like to offer up the old headlight actually and have a look at how that's going to look, and oh, let's put the indicator mounts on the rear, and we can put the indicators on there as well. Just I'm going to get the ignition relocation. This is the Motone one. I was under the impression that they were a UK company, but as far as I know, that's not in the UK. So yeah, a bit interesting that. I mean, I've never bought any Motone stuff. Only used what other people have bought for their own, well, like in this instance. But there you go. So interesting. But anyway, let's get it stuck on. Now, just taking it out of the packet, and to reiterate the point, don't know if that's going to focus, but made in Vietnam. So yeah, bizarre. For some reason I was under the impression that this was a UK company, but there we go. Right, let's not question the morals, let's get it fitted on the bike. Okay, so it's starting to take a little bit more shape now. Just been playing around with the brackets. So the headlight is on, not wired up yet. Still got all this to contend with. But that looks, try and get it in perspective, but
looks really nice, I think. I really like the way that sits on there. So yeah, that's all together. The only thing I've got to do is, before I mount the mini indicators here, is I'm going to have to get some smaller washers, because they are so small that they kind of just get rattling around and lost in the holes provided, which looks a bit shit. So just to firm them up, and that's the only size washer I haven't got, which is a bit annoying. Where else are we then? So we've got the kind of test fitted the mini indicators and the brackets in the back. That was a that was a bit of an arse, trying to get all this sort of sorted out. The brackets, I don't know whether they're designed to go behind the shock here or in front. If they go in front, they look a bit crap, because then the indicator sticks out even further. If you're taking a pillion, I would have thought the potential of their legs smacking it gets in the way. So I've moved them here. I've had to like just chock them up with a few washers to reduce the hole size, if that makes any sense. But they're in the back that way, and I think they sit a lot more discreetly on the back there. So that's nice. So I haven't sleeved that or wired them in yet, but just getting everything into position. The clamps still drying, so I can't get the handlebars on just yet. I don't want to just rush things, put them on, and while the paint's still soft. So I need to exercise a bit of self-control and caution on that, which is a shame. But I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but that's been quite a bit done today. Or it's taken up quite a bit of time to get this far today. Just faffing around with bits and bobs. So I think what we'll do now is I'll stick on the tail tidy, purely just for looks, although we are talking about putting a loop in, but we'll stick that on there and just see how it looks for now. A little quick sneak teaser look at potentially how it could end up. Obviously we're not on, this is me just kind of doing some mock-ups for Jay at the moment, just to see what he thinks. So that's with the tank, side panel, that on, but with that's my seat, and then the tail tidy on there. I quite like that, I have to say, because I run the same thing on my bike. But yeah, you've still got provision for a pillion. They probably won't thank you after about 200 miles, but there you go. But that, yeah, at least it gives us an idea of what the bike will be looking like, possibly. Okay, and so brake levers on. Nothing really too exciting about that. Just unbolt the old ones and stick the new ones on. They look pretty trick. So I think I'm kind of pretty much at a stopping point today on Saturday. I've just got to really wait for the bar clamps to dry, so I can get like all that mounted on. Then I can start routing the switch gear and working out where that's going to go. We're going to wait on what's happening on the rear here. I need to get the tyres mounted on those rims, wrap the exhausts, and get the exhausts mounted. Trying to think what else, but the main thing what I might just sign off with tonight is I might start stripping down the calipers and giving those a bit of a clean. Right, and so that's kind of pretty much it then for this video. I'll cut it off there. I've been filming since Friday and not really looking at any of the footage, so I need to kind of stick it on the old computer and have a little look and see what we got. It ain't all going to get done on one video. So yeah, so that's it really for the first part. It's been a lot of just sort of fiddly little bits and working things out mainly today, but yeah, I'm really enjoying myself with this. I think it's going to turn out to be really nice. For me, I can't wait to get the bars on. As soon as the bars are on, that gives me an idea of the stance of it and how it's going to look. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm really chuffed with the way the side panels turned out, so a happy little side thing there as well. So I'll call it a day on this video, and see you on the next part of this Bonneville. Cheers.